In this video, I'm going to compare different weapons with different enchantments and see how good they are compared to each other. And just a quick disclaimer before we start, this is going to be in the combat snapshot, that's what I mainly do on my channel, but if you want to learn more about that, there are links in the description. So yeah, and also subscribe. Yes, okay, let's get on with the video. Okay, so in these chests, so the only weapons I'm going to be comparing are there's tridents, swords, and axes, and the swords are going to have sharpness on them, and axes are going to have cleaving on them, and cleaving is actually a new enchantment that's just for axes, and I'll explain that when we get to it. But yeah, so this is the first starting point. So as you can see, wooden sword, stone sword, and gold sword are all on the same tier, so they all do 4 attack damage. So yeah, if you ever see like a wooden sword here, that wooden sword is it can either be a stone sword or a gold sword. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting that a wooden sword and a stone sword are on the same tier. Like I don't know, I wouldn't think that, but whatever. That is what it is. So those all do 4 attack damage. That's 2 hearts, 2.5 hearts. These are all the weapons that do 2.5 hearts. So a wooden sword, stone sword, a gold sword with sharpness 1, an iron sword, a wooden axe, a stone axe, and a gold axe, because these tiers are all the same. But isn't it interesting how a sharpness 1 wooden sword is the same damage as an iron sword? I don't know. That's a bit weird, but whatever. So yeah, that's things that do 5 attack damage. 5.5 is sharpness 2. So I might actually so this is a bit weird because this is actually half of a damage. It's not half a heart. It's not 5.5 hearts. It's 5.5 damage, which is like 2.25 hearts. So sharpness works a bit weird. So you add on, so you multiply the level by 0.5 and then add 0.5. So if it's sharpness 1 on like a wooden sword does 4 attack damage. So 1 times 0.5, 0.5, and then plus 0.5 is 1. So it just adds on 1. So that would sharpness 1 would do 5 attack damage. But if it's 2, that turns out to be 5.5 attack damage. So it's a bit weird, it's just half of a damage, but yeah. And then here, things that do 6 attack damage is sharpness 3 wooden sword, a sharpness 1 iron sword, a diamond sword, and an iron axe. So all of these do the same amount of damage, and I might explain the reasoning for why I'm making this video. So these are mostly just the weapons that you'll find in the Sky Wars and Combat Reforged, which is basically the only server in the Combat Snapshot. So yeah, I was just curious about like what tiers of weapons are better and stuff, so I made this. It doesn't have cleaving though. That would be cool, but I've included cleaving here just because, I don't know, I don't see cleaving used much, so I just was gonna talk about it a bit. Okay, then after that, things that do 6.5 attack damage is sharpness 4 wooden sword and sharpness 2 iron sword, so yeah. And then things that do 7 attack damage, this is a lot of stuff. So max sharpness 5 wooden sword, sharpness 3 iron sword, sharpness 1 diamond sword, a netherite sword, a diamond axe, a stone axe with cleaving 1, and a trident. So I'll explain how cleaving works. So cleaving actually works in a similar way. So cleaving 1 starts off with adding 2 damage, so 1 heart at cleaving 1, and then for each of the next level it just adds half a heart. So you'll see that. But you see the stone axe is 5, and then it goes up to 7. Okay, and now moving on to the second chest. So we left off at 7 attack damage for all of these things, and then in here there's a lot of diamond and netherite. So things that do 7.5 is sharpness 4 iron sword and sharpness 2 diamond sword. Things that do 8 attack damage is the sharpness 5 iron sword, sharpness 1 netherite sword, sharpness 3 diamond sword, cleaving 2 stone axe, cleaving 1 iron axe, and the netherite axe. This is just the normal netherite axe. And then things that do 8.5 is sharpness 4 diamond sword, sharpness 2 netherite sword. And then things that do 9 attack damage is sharpness 5 diamond sword, sharpness 3 netherite sword, cleaving 3 stone axe, cleaving 2 iron axe, and cleaving 1 diamond axe. And then things that do 9.5 is the sharpness 4 netherite sword. Things that do 10 attack damage is sharpness 5 netherite sword, cleaving 3 iron axe, cleaving 2 diamond axe, and cleaving 1 netherite axe. And then here's 11 attack damage, that's cleaving 3 diamond axe, cleaving 2 netherite axe, and then things that do 12 damage is a cleaving 3 netherite axe, which is like that's the most damage you can get with like just a weapon, like no potion effects or anything. well, that'll about do it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you're subscribed and liked and commented and everything. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!